Acá está bien corner.
Ready? Almost 10.
9 o'clock already?
Right, 10 o'clock? 9 o'clock? Okay, all right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Any commissioners' courts now in session?
Today is June 23rd, 2023, 9 a.m. Court is Jim Wells County Commissioners Court now in session. Agenda item number 3, public testimony. Is there anybody out there that would like to address the court at this time? And I see our friends from our ambulance service, and we may have to do this one on public testimony. You're not actually on the agenda today, but we can, y'all can speak freely on the, it's on number 4, is it?
The first one?
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, we'll go there. Anybody, I do want to say something. Last night with the, I think they said Reader's Choice Awards, is that what it was? Was a great event last night at the KC Hall. The local newspaper, Alice Echo News Journal, did a wonderful job. Jimmy and Blanca Garcia, you know, they provided the food at the Tito's Vino. It was excellent food. Ms. Galvan, Belinda Galvan, she decorated the hall, and it was beautifully decorated. And there was over 700 people there. It was a testimony to show that Jim Wells County and our Jim Wells County residents, when there's good things happening, we cluster and we form very well. There was over 700 people there. So congratulations to the Alice Echo News Journal, and congratulations to everybody who participated, not only the winners. So thank you all very much. Other than that, does anybody else have anything they'd like to say?
Judge, if I may, in Fremont, we're doing we started cleaning up the church that we purchased here a couple of months ago. And we're taking bids on the air conditioning systems and bids to do some remodeling on the floors. I've communicated with NA Wall, with Community Action. We're fixing to extend the hours for a cooling station in the Fremont area, and it's going to be involved with this area where the elderly people meet.
Go ahead.
We're gonna be, moving over here hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And so we'll have that available for, it's not just gonna be for elderly, it's gonna be for anybody that might need it.
Good point, and we're working very hard to get that facility going. And we have discussed cooling stations for other parts of the county. I want everybody out there to know that it's under discussion. The issue we have here is buildings. We don't have a lot of buildings that belong to the county in the cities. So if we do have a cooling station, it's a lengthy, drive to the cooling station. Not sure if it'll attract the right people that need it if it's that far of a distance. So it's on our radar. We are discussing it. I've discussed it with our officials from all other cities and in the county, and we are. It's on our radar. So we're hopefully we can develop some plans of actions that'll develop some partnerships that'll allow us to meet the needs of our citizens who are in need. Other than that, anybody else?
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. On that same note that you started the meeting with, congratulations to you, Judge, for outstanding performance and receiving the award last night, as well as one of my employees, David Gonzalez, who was also recognized. And again, it's wonderful to see a group of people from our community, surrounding community, over 700 people were there last night. Congratulations to all the recipients. This morning, we have 56 inmates, 6 female inmates. Yesterday, we were able to obtain an indictment on an individual that committed a homicide or 2 homicides in the Rancho Alegre area. We served him in San Patricio County, and the district attorney was very helpful. We had a news release yesterday morning. I had mentioned it to the judge, and therefore an arrest has been made. The individual is in custody in San Patricio County and is being held there. And of course, later on, the district attorney's office will get a bench warrant to bring him in for trial to Jim Wells County. Thank you to the district attorney's office. A 10-year murder that occurred in Rancho Alegre on Gulf Street. The judge and I had talked about, we were not aware that there had been a female sheriff in Jim Wells County. Thanks to the help of J.C. Pettis and his staff, Nora, we were able to obtain the information we needed. And we're in search for anyone out there that knows the Price family. C.W. Price was a sheriff in 1944. And then his wife was appointed to be sheriff 6 months after that. So she is considered a sheriff, and we'd like to get a picture of her and place her in our wall where we have all the honorable sheriffs at our training center. So if anyone has any information out there, please, and we mentioned it last night at the meeting, so we'd like to get a picture of Ms. Ruth Price, Sheriff of Jim Wells County, first female sheriff. Again, the judge and I will be working with that and hopefully have a news release on that later on when we get ready, because we now do have a patrol and traffic female working with us. Thanks to J.C. Pettis and Nora, thank you very much for searching that information. We're also looking at Bill 22, a bill that is being introduced. It passed on June 7th. It's for $359,000, and it's for law enforcement. It's for emergency. It's called emergency operations. And this monies can be utilized for our jailers and our patrol and traffic division. That would put our officers at a higher, our personnel, that is, at a higher rate in salary if that occurs. The opening date for us to file is September 1st, so we're anxious to see that. But I also want to say that I'm losing more people because of their salaries in dispatch as well as jailers. So that's something that probably we'll have to consider later on. They are being lured into CPS and other divisions and other departments because of their pay scale. So we will look at that later on. I appreciate your help on that. And of course, we got other items on the agenda we'll discuss. Thank you all very much for your attention. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Sure. And I do want to announce that although Commissioner Margie Gonzalez is not here in person, she is on video, on Zoom, and we appreciate that. Ms. Margie, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, move over to agenda item number 4, presentations by Allegiance to provide quarterly report. And I apologize, I don't know why right after the agenda item, that next one skips my view. So you all have the floor, come on in. We appreciate y'all coming over and giving us a quarterly report. And I know that the Commissioner's Court is gonna really appreciate that we continue to do so.
We appreciate your time this morning. My name is Dan Gillespie. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Allegiance. Live here locally. We've got Chief Campos is passing out the packets if you have it, and then we got Chief Padilla in the back with us as well. So I know you guys have a packed agenda. We'll be brief. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an update of where we're at. We had the judge put together the Emergency Management Symposium. What is that? It's been probably about 4 months ago now.
Yes.
Time's flying.
I was going to bring that up because we are wanting to have another one, but we're waiting on 2 or 3 things that are going to be really good things to announce during that.
Absolutely.
Next one.
So, Jim Wells County is actually a hub for us. We have. We're proud to say that we have more ambulances here responding to 911 calls, I think, than the county's had for several years. So the citizens are well protected. We've got, and the way we operate is a little bit different than how some other private services operate, where we keep our 911 resources separate from our transfer resources. And a lot of times in a rural community, if you're trying to do both with the same equipment, what will happen is your ambulances will be out of town on a transfer for the hospital, which are important, but you need to keep those ambulances available for the 911 calls. So the way we structure it is we keep 3 ambulances available for 911 only, based out of Alice here. The Alice Fire Department allows us to house in with them. 2 of those ambulances are with the city. One of them goes into the county. We have a 24-hour-a-day paramedic ambulance in Fremont, and then a 24-hour-a-day 911 ambulance in Orange Grove at all times. On the hospital side, they have their own ambulances as well. So we have 2 ambulances dedicated to the hospital at all times, and those ambulances can also be pulled into the county to provide mutual aid when the 911 units get busy. So in total, we have 7 ambulances at all times here in Jim Wells and in Alice. So on top of that, we have an additional 20 ambulances in the greater Corpus Christi area. We also provide services for Clayburgh, Brooks County. We just partnered with the city of Robstown. Chief Padilla was actually the Robstown EMS director, and they decided to merge services in with us. So we do Nueces County, ESD 6, there in Driscoll, and then also Robstown. So you guys have a ton of resources all around you. And then on the San Patricio side too, we also do Odom, Sinton, Mathis, and Portland on the 911 side. So lots of resources. What Joey has passed out is some statistics over the last couple months, our quarterly reports. We'll continue to come however you guys prefer. If you'd like us to do an update once a month or quarterly, we'll be happy to come and give you guys updates of where everything's at. I'm also very excited to announce that equipment is finally coming in. So Ford had canceled 54 ambulance orders that we've put in during all the shortages, and we finally have received 17 chassis from Ford. So we're starting to see equipment actually come in. That is a great thing, because as you guys know, equipment ages rapidly, and it seems to age a little bit faster when you can't get it. That's when you really start to feel the pinch. So, and then lastly, an update for you guys. We have our EMT Academy up and running. As you guys probably have heard, I mean, and the sheriff touched on it there's a staffing shortage in public service all over the country. EMS is not excluded from that. We're fortunate to have a really good pay scale with our medics and EMTs, but it's still, they just want more and more and more. But we have started our own EMT Academy, so we're hiring people that are interested in EMS services. We put them through a paid academy. We pay them Monday through Friday to be in class, pay for all their training, books, material, testing, everything. And then once they're completed, it's about a 2-month academy. And then once they're completed, they go straight into one of their shift assignments. And that has helped us ease the staffing constraints greatly. So we're on our 5th academy right now. We've been approved by the state. We're doing a pilot right now, our final pilot with the state, to start doing satellite classes so we can run several academies all over our statewide operations at the same time. But you guys will be seeing those. We're really trying to work with the high schools and find graduating seniors that are interested in this. Just for illustration, if a graduating senior goes through one of our academies and comes out as an EMT, goes onto one of our 901 trucks here in the local community, they'll be able to stay local. It's a $45,000 starting pay job. And it's a 10-day rotation, so they actually only work 10 days a month. The way the shifts rotate, they do 2 on, 4 off. So you got a great salary, benefits, retirement, and the whole 9 yards. So we're really hoping that we can capture the interest of a lot of these graduating seniors in our 901 communities and help keep them local and build up the first responder base in the towns that we're privileged enough to serve. So with that, I'll turn over to Joey to briefly talk about some of the statistics and certainly answer any questions that you guys have of me before I step away.
I'd like to make a comment. I know everybody's always real quick to criticize the services that we offer sometimes. Here about a month and a half ago, my grandson had a little seizure and ambulance was called. And the sheriff's department, Mr. Rivera, showed up like 3 minutes afterwards. And you guys showed up like within 5 minutes. So I just want to commend you guys. It was great. So the public can know that it does happen fast. It does get there. The services do work. So
thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
guys.
Yeah, we're
I
very
didn't get
fortunate.
the guy's name, and I was all panicking there because I'm not used to that stuff. But the guys did an outstanding job.
Great to hear that. We can track that down, make sure the crew gets
You always hear
recognition.
negatives, never.
Yeah,
Well, I was-
yeah.
real quick
That's why
to
everybody's
criticize,
like, "Did you see the Yelp review on that restaurant?" I'm like, "I don't even look at those. Only mad people comment. If they're happy, they didn't comment. The parking lot's full. It's good." But yeah, we appreciate that feedback. We're fortunate here in Jim Wells and in Alice. We have some phenomenal crews, long time seasoned medics and EMTs here. And it's probably one of the lowest turnover areas that we have. We're very blessed to have the crews that we have here. So
just a comment on the schools, on the high schools.
yes, sir.
If you need me, I know it's a stretch for the county judge, but I have good relationship with all the schools around our county. I'd be more than welcome to break the ice or to tag along with you guys for
That'd be great.
100% full support, because I know in the 4 years that I wasn't county judge, we helped cities and counties with this drive to locate and to identify these students who would like to go into that field.
Absolutely.
And you have a tough job.
Yeah.
But I want everybody to know that Jim Wells County, Commissioners Court, we support you 110%, and I'm willing to go with you to
Appreciate
all
that.
the schools and to put my money where my mouth is.
Yeah, I'd love to get with you after and do that, because we have our first high school a co-op class out in Jasper, Texas, up east. And the students just didn't know that it was an option. So we went in, we talked to them, anybody interested in EMS. We had a huge turnout. I think 40 students showed up to listen to the presentation. 25 signed up for the class, and then 22 ended up actually going forward with it. So they'll be done with their class at the end of July, but we have 22 high school students in Jasper that are gonna be finishing up their EMT
As a matter
program.
of fact, Judge, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ben Bolt started their training for.
Yeah, they have one going. Yeah, we met with them the other day, and they're working on getting another class started. So yeah, we want to try to get this into every class. I mean, I think the state, don't quote me, the state put out a thing that said there was 25,000 openings in Texas right now. It's huge, an EMS across the state.
And people don't know the impact, because if we're not replacing anybody who leaves, then we're going to be paying the price.
Yes,
And
sir.
what I mean by we, it's not me, you and I, our people, our residents from Jim Wells County and all the other counties. because these response times are going to increase.
Yes, sir.
And we don't want that. We want the safety and security of our people. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you guys get the intellect that you need from our high schools. And who knows, maybe we can work closely with the workforce also.
Yes, sir.
I'm vice chair of that.
Oh, excellent.
group. So
Yeah, we went through our certification with them to make sure that we could participate in workforce programs. Just finalized all that, so we're trying to be proactive for that reason, so we can take part in those as well and find everything. You know, it was and not to belabor the conversation. I know you guys have a busy schedule, but one of the things that really hurt us is after 9/11, there was a rush of people that got into public safety. You know, we had firefighters, EMS, police. There was a ton of recruits. When COVID hit, everybody was about retirement eligible. And, COVID took a toll, and about midway through, we just started seeing mass retirements because that huge influx, our baby boomers basically of VMS were all retirement eligible. And you just saw them all say, you know what, it's time to throw in the towel. This is a sign. And that happened, nationwide. So now we have to work double time to replace all those seasoned workers. And I think if we can get these programs into the high schools and get them excited about public safety, it's a great job. It's a fantastic job, and it's rewarding, and the pay is actually good now. Everybody always said, no, nobody wants to do it because it's pay, but our medics in Alice are like $100,000 a year now when they pick up extra shifts. So I think our base rate is right around $70K if they don't pick up any other shifts for our paramedics. So the pay is actually good. It's a livable wage now. I know when I started, it's a little low, a little tough. You got to work a lot of overtime, but now it's good. So I appreciate you guys' time. I'll let Joey run through the stats real quick.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners. Always a pleasure. I'm excited to be here. Got a lot of good things coming up for Allegiance and Jim Wells. I'll start off with this packet of paperwork that I just gave you. I'm very hesitant always just handing over packets. There's a lot of data in here, and I want to make sure that everybody understands what you're actually seeing up front, okay? We're going to be looking at 2 months. We're doing April and May, okay? You're going to have it, they're sectioned off by the month. So you're going to have your monthly call volume, all right? We're looking at 345 calls for the month of April. And then from there, you're going to continue on going on your average response times as a whole. Now remember, your average response time as a whole, that's the entire month calculated together. We're looking at an average response time of 17 minutes, which is outstanding considering the 800 plus miles of Jim Wells County that we're having to cover, okay? You continue going on, and I've broken up the call volume per truck. Now, just to kind of refresh you guys, if you look here at the middle, you're gonna see the 63, which is the region, that's in the Legions thing, medic, and then you're gonna have 53. That number is the important number. 53 is gonna be your central ambulance, which stationed in Alice, all right, at that station south side, okay, fire south side station. It's going to give you your call volume, 128 responses for that month. You go on 54, it will be your south ambulance. That's going to be your Fremont ambulance, okay? We had 44 responses on the south end, and then you're going to go to 55. That's going to be your north end ambulance, which is Orange Grove, and you're going to have a call volume of 85, okay? And then you're going to go to a page that's got the graphs, okay? Now, if you look at that, what this is telling us for the month of April, your peak times, this is where majority of your calls that came in for the month of April, okay? And as you look at it, we're looking at around 5 p.m. is where we had majority of our peaks. You'll also see there's other peaks over here. You're looking at closer to midnight and right around 9 o'clock in the morning. So you do have that sporadic peak, and it's maintaining. It's pretty consistent throughout the months. Okay.
Mr. Joey, let me ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to go back to it where you said Fremont had 44 calls.
Yes.
And then Orange Grove had 85. That's almost double there.
Yes.
So where do you include Ben Bolt in there?
South Fremont.
It's in the Fremont area?
Well, it depends, because if you look at the actual Bembo Palito Blanco area, a portion of it goes to Fremont, and then the other half goes to Central.
Okay.
So they share the call volume.
So there's
If
no.
you give me some time, I can actually create a report
I just
specifically
noticed
for
that
your
there's a
precinct.
lot of them in Orange Grove. That's twice. I mean.
Well, if you look at the beginning, if I would include the from year to date, which we have just a basic number at the end, you'll see that they fluctuate. There's some months that Fremont is getting majority of the calls, and Orange Grove will slow down. There's months that they're really heavy, and it's all across the board.
That's just really good information because we can find out.
We
where
can
we're
keep
at,
track of it,
where
yeah.
we-
And also what helps for us is we look at the times of the days for the call volume. So if we need to shuffle resources, like Mr. Gillespie said, these are our peak times and they're starting to look consistent. So we're able to move resources in to help with those peak times. But the call volume for those areas will fluctuate and sometimes they just titter tatter back and forth. So that's what's going to consist of your report. At the end of the month of May, you're going to get a year to date, okay? And we're currently at 1,196 responses or calls for Jim Wells County year to date as we're speaking right now.
Year to date, like, are we talking about?
From January 1
Wait.
to now, yes, sir.
What page is that?
I'm at the very last page.
1,196.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to say our staffing plan has gotten really good. Fremont is fully staffed. I'm sorry, I take it back. Orange Grove is fully staffed. Central Ambulance is fully staffed, and we've got one opening in Fremont for a paramedic. Okay, compared to the 4 openings that we had last time we met. Consistency is great. I think when you start seeing the same familiar faces over and over, if they get familiarized with where they're going, who they're at, and it becomes easier for the outlining like fire departments to work closely with. The other thing I'm excited to say that we have progressed with the help of Mr. Lantier. We've gone to a paging system. We're working closely with the fire departments. Jim Wells County Dispatch is knocking it out of the park. We're toning our guys. We have radios in the truck. We're able to communicate back and forth. Obviously, we still got a couple of bumps in the road when it comes down to the radio system. The guys have to keep track of switching, making sure they're in the right region so they can communicate and everybody can hear. But I do think that has assisted us in increasing those response times. They're called shoot times. It's how fast to get out the door. So that has improved by, I want to say, a good 1.5 to 2 minutes. Am I correct? Yeah. And in the EMS world, that's humongous. Yeah. The other thing I want to report to you guys is that we're excited to have the HCA brings down a simulated ambulance. This thing is outstanding. They've been setting it up at the Central Fire Station, or Station 1, what's going to be our new fire station on the Armory side. And it's fully animated. There's a patient that moves and it breathes and it has everything, blood. It will deliver a baby if that's the scenario that we're looking at. And we've been funneling our crews through there to train on everyday scenarios, which helps in the event because our situation here now is fairly different than our outlying areas. Manpower is obviously hard to get. The volunteer fire departments have been doing a phenomenal job. Orange Grove Volunteer Fire Department, Ben Bolt, Fremont. Something major happens, these guys are out there, and they're helping as best as they can, even if it's just driving the ambulance so that both medics can go in the back. So we're working closely together with these guys. Times are looking good. Everybody appears to be on a positive note. We've, if you guys look around, you're gonna start seeing some of the medics in your areas. Their t-shirts are even saying Jim Wells County EMS. You'll have the Allegiance patch in the front, and then let's say Jim Wells in the back.
You have any extras?
We could definitely throw some your way. Yeah. So we're excited now. Things are going really well. The future's looking good. We're open for feedback, and like I said, if you need more data, I could definitely give you specific reports for your precincts. If you need something like that, get with me. If this is too much and it's hard to understand, get with me as well, and I can break it down a little bit better for you. Our trauma style system, this is the information it gives us, and at times it looks like a different language. We're looking good. I'm excited to say that the future is looking even brighter. So
This is very valuable information, Judge. This is exactly what we're wanting. And coming in here quarterly would be great for us. I mean, I don't know what the rest of the people think. but
Quarterly or
This is
monthly,
good
I can be
information
here
that
every
we can
month.
take back to the community and let them
Yeah.
know this is what it takes, this is calls, and
Definitely.
they're aware that there is something going on.
And what I'm gonna start doing, Judge, is I'm gonna get you a folder with these monthly reports that you can keep in your office, and if somebody needs to come in, they can just make a copy of it, and they're readily available to the community. And if it's monthly that you need me here, I can do it monthly, so it doesn't pile up and there's a lot of data, because sometimes it's hard to get through all this paperwork. Whatever you guys need, let me know. We're here for you guys.
I think quarterly would be good right now. And then if we see the sense of urgency to have it any sooner, then we'll call you guys. And
You can actually give us a monthly printout. You don't have, not a presentation, but just a printout.
Yeah, definitely. I can get your report here every month. Yeah,
email it.
or email it to you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, if you enjoy seeing me, I'll come here. I'll give you. Anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Judge.
And just one more comment before we go to the next one, but that was the very reason for the Emergency Management Symposium. And we have seen some good things come out of that symposium, and this is one of them. And hopefully for the next one, I think we said 90 days, and it's going to be a little over 90 days. But the reason why is because we're communicating with VTX, and we may hit a home run with VTX as far as communications all around Jim Wells County. So that's what we're waiting on. As soon as we get that, we'll have the next one. So thank you.
Before I leave, I want to thank Lance. He was a huge asset when it came down to getting this regular system situated. I mean, countless hours. I think in a matter of 7 days, I spoke to him more than I did to my wife. So that's a possibility. But no, he was a huge asset. I mean, it couldn't have been done without him. So Lance, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm sure we'll be more communication. Like I said, if y'all need help with the schools, let me know.
Well, I'll reach out after.
Just a little shout out to my secretaries out there. They're watching, and they saw that I forgot my glasses, and they brought them to me. Thank you, ladies. Agenda item number 5, discuss, consider, and take action on minutes from previous meeting.
Make a motion to approve items presented, Judge.
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 6, consent agenda. I don't think I need to read the whole thing, right?
Judge Commissioners Court, with your okay, I have gone over it and I approve of the request.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve agenda item number 6 as stated. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same
Aye.
sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 7, discuss, consider, and take action to replace and upgrade current control panel at the Jim Wells County Jail.
Yes, sir. This is a panel that is used to utilize, or is utilized to control the doors, the cameras, as well as to the microphones to contact personnel at the county jail. This is a 14-year-old item that's been at the county jail, and it needs to be replaced. The last time that the SEDEPTA came to make some improvements on it, the amount and the cost was $5,900. That was last February. When they were here to inspect and do some work on it, they said that the item that we have in place is going to be obsolete soon, and parts cannot be replaced, or parts cannot be found for this type of panel that we have in place. So it's necessary that we replace it. It is an item that I hope that you all will approve and consider. It is very much needed for the control base of our jail. I have Lieutenant Dorothy Sines, who also shows a very big concern. She's in charge of operations in that area. I have the SEDEPTIC information here, and they are willing to work with us on 2 payments in the event that it is approved. Thank you.
So that's the same price still, Judge? I mean, sure, I'm sorry.
109,000.
109,000?
Yeah, for the new one. The one that we have is 14 years old. The amount that we paid for when it broke was 5,900. That was in February. And when they came down, the technicians told us very clearly, in the event that you have to do some more work on it, there's no items that can go back into this. It's too old. It's 14 years old. In the event that we have to replace the whole area and remodel that area that we monitor this jail, it would cost 160,000. So at this point, they're allowing us to at a price of 109,000.
Sure, I just wanted to ask, what fund were you gonna use for this? To pay for it?
I think that's why he's here.
That's the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
I have
So just a question, and I know this is an item that's unbudgeted for the year, but, you know, I think we could take a hit if we can pay half. Now, what I mean by half is if we can pay half now and half in January, that'll give us a really good leeway of being able to finance it ASAP. Because I know you need it, and I know we're taking a proactive stance now, because if it goes out, then we're really in trouble.
It controls all the doors, it controls all the cameras, it controls all the voice.
Can you find that out for me? I think it's a lot easier to find $54,050 than 109 at this time. If we can get that answer, we may be able to fill that script sooner.
I'll do that.
Sure, but you said it was 109,000,
109,000.
and if we replace the whole thing, it's 160,000?
No. In the event that we would remodel that area and replace the whole thing in order for them to connect and do all the technology that is needed for the jail, it would be approximately 160,000.
So
Right now, the replacement part of it is only 109,000.
so if we did that, would it open up any more beds?
Not necessarily, Lieutenant, Judge. Lieutenant and I had talked about that also, but not necessarily. Again, I was able to meet with the sheriff from Beeville and sheriff from Kingsville, and again, they've opened it up for us again. This morning, as I mentioned earlier, we only have 57, but it just depends, you know.
So
Now they're
in y'all's professional opinion, do we spend 109 or do we spend 160?
No, we need to go with the 109,000 because
109, okay.
we're not going to remodel that area anytime soon.
I make a motion to go with a 109 on a 2-month.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and I have a second to approve the 109 in two
What, two
payments.
payment, what, 2 payments?
In 2 payments. And if y'all can find out for me, if we can do 1 payment now and 1 in January, that'll help us 110%.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
Commissioners.
Sheriff.
Thank you. And just to let you know, we have a young man graduating from the academy today that will also be joining us at the sheriff's office. He is one of our recruits from the jail to the sheriff's office, and we're very proud of that. So we'll go visit him.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Academy. Thank you.
Congratulate him from us, please.
Judge, I just want to say something. One thing that always concerns me is safety. And I believe we really need to look at this, get it done for the safety of everybody in the jail and make sure that everything operates correctly. So it's something that has to be done.
So just as further discussion for the commissioners' courts, this is,
You want to pay for the whole thing, no?
I want to pay for it.
this is,
I'll sign it.
I know we have money in our ARPA funds. I'm almost positive that this is one of the safety concerns that the ARPA funds could pay for.
And that's why I ask us to, if we're gonna go a certain route, that will be up for you all to discuss.
Okay.
I do believe that has to be done.
And the idea of the 2 payments, if we do want to save the ARPA money, for something else, then I'm sure we can find 50, 54, 50 somewhere now and then something like that, right, Noe? Come on.
Yes.
All right, so I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you all. Agenda item number 8, discuss, consider, and take action to create a modified unified road system
There you go.
for road and bridge.
You want to pass it down? Judge, I actually placed this on the agenda, to create when I say modified, like a 3-month unified system. But before I go there, I'd like to discuss the price of seal coating, the materials, and you have an attachment, You have an attachment to it? There it is. Okay, I think we need to understand the cost of seal coating before we go on to have a conversation on the unified. So anyway, I'm going to give you a rundown on the cost of the rock that you use for seal coating. And the number 4 rock is $83.08 per ton. On 125 ton per mile, it's $10,385. On the number 3 rock, it's 84.08 per ton, 140 tons per mile, 11,771. Okay, the oil for a single course is 5,000 gallons per mile at $3.15 per mile per gallon, $15,750. A double course is 10,000 gallons per mile at 3.15 per gallon, $31,500. Okay, to do a single course, per mile, it's going to cost you the rock's going to cost you $11,771, and the oil is $15,750 per mile. So it's going to cost you $27,521 per mile for a single course. For a double course, it's going to cost you, number 3 rock's $11,771. Number 4 rock is $10,385. 10,000 gallons of oil is $31,500. So a double course is going to be $53,656 per mile. This is just per mile, guys. So on a single course, the 27,521 equals to $2.60 per square mile, per square yard. On a double course, it's gonna be $53,656, which equals to 5.8 per square miles, per square yards. So it's not cheap. I'm gonna give you an example. I need to seal coat, I need to double course, double seal, like 4 miles. And it's gonna run me about almost $250,000. On 10 miles, it's gonna be like 270. So I'm looking at 14 miles at probably almost $550,000. So to better understand our budgets, which I can't seal coat, that's about the extent that I can seal coat, 500, it's so when we're talking about seal coating, it's not an endless amount of miles we can make. It's about the money, so we have to budget if we say we're gonna do 20 miles, realistically, I don't think you can do 20 miles, because it's gonna be $1 million. And my ARPA fund has 800,000, and I still haven't bought any equipment. So if I do the 4 miles and 10 miles of single, it's gonna run me about 550,000. So keeping that in mind, realistically, I can only do like 14 miles, realistically. So, and it applies to all of us. Some of us are gonna do 15, some 20, some might have more money than others, so I just wanted to, for us to understand the cost of seal coating before we go on so we can better understand it anyway. So with that said, I'd like to create a discussion, see what the other commissioners might think about it, a unified system for 3 months.
This is if you do it yourself.
Yeah, this is, we do it ourselves. If we go out for seal coating, guys, it's gonna be, if we go out for seal coating, it's gonna be a little bit higher. Whereas my 4 miles and my single coat will go up to about 800,000 if we get a contractor to do it. So, and by us doing it ourselves, I don't think we have enough equipment, to actually do it fast. So I'm going to consider, maybe going out for like my 14 miles for, on the bid, people to bid on it. And if Renee and the other commissioners have another, go out for about maybe 25 miles of seal coat, and it might bring the prices down. But today we're here to discuss the modified road system.
So what Mr. Garcia is trying to say is the unified system would be all 4 commissioners coming together for putting the manpower and each one of y'all's equipment to do, for example, if it's 16 miles, take 3 weeks, you do 4 for precinct 1, 4 for precinct 2, 4 for precinct 3, and 4 for precinct 4, all using all the same equipment. The materials, of course, for that particular precinct would be on the precinct, but we'd have a schedule on how we're going to do this and complete this. That's what he means by the unified system. And I believe it's a great idea. And what he also mentioned is it's not a unified system that's going to be together the whole year. It's going to be particular to the, if it's 3 months or 3 weeks, however long it takes to do it, then you can do it mostly in the summer months because of the heat. But within that time and within the time frame that it takes to complete the 16 miles, y'all would be working all together. And we've talked about it in the past when I was judge the first time, but there was some issues with one precinct worker, employee, working on a different precinct, but I think, no, you crossed that bridge already and
Yes,
said,
we were discussed it, Cindy, discussed it with the commissioner.
yeah, so
We're gonna arrange.
I think there's no issues in that.
Yeah.
So the issues are very limited.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think, Judge, I go out for seal coating the last 3 or 4 years, and it used to be like I could seal coat for $2 per single course. Now it's like a little over $4. It's doubled. So, I'd like the unified system. I just don't think we can do it fast enough. We need to discuss it and maybe, I don't know, we have to deliver the rock and the oil fast, to a road. Otherwise, you can be there a week just to do 1 mile. And I know these contractors can come in there in a day and a half, do 10 miles. You see, so it might cost more, but they get it done a lot faster, so, and I think we can do it we can do a fast job if we had the right equipment. Unfortunately, we don't have we can't deliver the oil fast enough. And that's where that's what the conversation's gonna be about. We need to, I don't know what we need to do, but if we can deliver the oil fast enough, I think we can deliver the rock. We can already deliver the rock fast enough. We just can't deliver the oil fast enough. And that's where the problem is.
So unified, so many from each precinct gets together, or how's it gonna work?
Well, anyway, if you guys don't want to discuss it, we'll just go out for seal coat bids. I mean, I'm just here to tell you that, if we can do a unified system with the right equipment, we can certainly do it. If not, we can.
Well,
go-
I would like to say, as soon as I get our truck, Richo has a truck, Renee has a truck, so we would use all 3 trucks. So that would certainly make it faster. I'm all in for it.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's an idea that if it's going to save the taxpayer money, it's going to cover more area, that we should at least try. There's not if there's a way, I'm a firm believer, and if we keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, it's insanity. So, but if we do have new ideas, I'm a firm believer that if it's going to change, it's going to change for the better. Then we should try it.
At one point, when I first came in, I wasn't really for it, but now, because of the personnel, I don't have personnel to be able to rip and rebuild roads and then at the same time seal coat roads. So I'm getting nowhere right now.
Yeah. And I think you went out for seal coat bids, and we're gonna get the results on that on the next meeting, right? So hopefully it comes in at a good price. I know that in November, I think the single course came in at 418. Back in November for single course. And then I think we can do it for 208 or something like that. It's a little cheaper, but it's, I think the prices go down if we go out for seal coat bids at a volume, like 10 miles, 20 miles, I think from 40, I think you can get down to about 350, something like that, so it'd still be high, but it's,
But
I've
if we
always
have the
gone- I've
equipment,
always gone out for seal coat bids, so, you know, to me, it
if
doesn't
we,
really matter.
if we have the equipment and our priority is to save taxpayers' dollars, I think we could all work together and make it happen.
You know.
I feel that, that we could approve this today and we could allow y'all some time to refine and to schedule, to refine. And if after that, those discussions occur and it's something that can't work out, well, it can't work out, but I think that approving it today would give you an opportunity to open all those discussions and to work as a team to try to make it happen. How do you all feel about that?
How do you feel, Wicho?
4 years ago, I came in here, Judge, and I made a comment, whatever you all did 30 years, throw it out the window, didn't work. We had to think outside the box. I came in here, I told Ms. Garcia, I might be out of money at the end of the year, but I'm gonna produce. We're gonna fix things, we're gonna make the difference. I'm not here to be politically correct, I'm here to do a job, I'm gonna do my job. I proposed the unified road system last year, exactly 1 year ago today, this month. I was slapped in the face with it. I fought for it till I was blue in the face. Some of us invested some money, some in some equipment. Some of us wasted money in buying equipment. I think it's too little, too late. I'm fully vested already with all the equipment. I'm in the process of buying a 10,000 gallon oil tank. I'm not interested in this anymore. I've been through it before. I know what's gonna happen. I can predict it. I'll write it in a piece of rock and I tell you exactly what's gonna happen. Thank you, but no thank you. We're gonna do our stuff. We're gonna go, as soon as I get my truck out of the shop, we're doing roads. We got everything. I told you guys, nobody can do it faster than we can. We have the zipper that zips a mile in half a day. I went to Mr. Garcia, we took care of his area. I'm willing to do it. I did it. It happened so fast, we can seal codes very fast. I lost a whole year, because equipment was taken away from me. So I had to turn around and purchase a truck so I could start doing my own stuff. And now to sit here and think, what's that comment say? Shame on you the first time, shame on me the second time for believing it. I'm not gonna believe it. I'm not trying to participate in it. Thank you, but no thank you. I wish you guys the best of luck. I have all the equipment to do it. Precinct 4 will go on its own and we'll do it. Wish you guys the best of luck. I'm ready to do everything. We have all the equipment.
You know, I appreciate it's just a conversation. You're out, I'm okay
And I
with
respect,
that.
and I wish you guys the best of luck. I mean, it can happen.
And I understand,
but I'm-
Commissioner, you're out, okay, but that's, there's
Yeah, you guys
these
can do
three
it.
of us in the conversation, so. we
Yes, and I
understand-
think we could try. And
Alright.
I mean, we can at least try. And I really think we could make it work.
Yeah, yeah, but he's gonna do his own thing, Margie, and,
And that's fine, but we can move on.
yeah.
It just, you all have.
And now that I will be getting a second truck, so it'll even make it faster.
But what I'd like to do is, act on it. And we can propose going out, like, I have to seal code 14 miles. Hey, Renee, if you have the same amount and Margie has the same amount, let's go out for seal code bids. It might bring the price pretty close to what we can do it ourselves. Because we're gonna do like, say, 20, 30 miles.
Just a word of caution, Mr. Garcia, because right here it says a single course 5,000 gallons per mile. It's not 5,000 gallons. 2,000 gallons would do about 2/10 of a mile, 4/10 of a mile.
Well,
So just be careful with the pricing.
These are right, these are pretty accurate, more or less, Mr. Wisho. It's the oil distributor carries
2,000.
2,000 gallons, and you can do 4 to 5, 4/10 to a half a mile. I went on a half a mile because that's what I think your foreman told me
Yes.
4 tenths. I think Marge's foreman told me 5 tenths. Myself, I think it's right in the middle, so these figures are pretty accurate. I'll guarantee you, they're pretty accurate, like, because I went over them, with your foremans, I figured it out myself and we kind of agreed on it. So 53,000 for a double course, that's pretty accurate. You're gonna, if you do 4 miles, you're gonna spend $200,000. I'll guarantee you. So if you're gonna do a single course, you're gonna spend 27,000. That's, we used to do this at half price, but no longer. So I'm willing to do whatever,
I think that, like I mentioned earlier, you have the opportunity to, if we approve this agenda item today, you have the opportunity to get all the numbers that you guys need to get together to
discuss
it
moving
and
forward.
and to move forward if it all at the end makes sense. And you don't have to come back to Commissioner's Court after all that. You can just, you don't have to waste the time of doing that, or you can get busy on doing the roads. So we've had some good discussion. Can I entertain a motion?
I can't make a motion, right, because I'm on Zoom, or can I?
No, I think the motion,
You can make a motion because we have a quorum here.
Mr. Guerra, is that
Okay,
right?
well, I make a motion that we go,
Well, let's make sure with Mr. Guerra, because I'm not sure we can do that.
Yeah, we could,
Mr. Guerra.
Yes, she's allowed to make motions on Zoom. I didn't have a chance to look it up at the last meeting, but I have since looked it up.
Okay, all right,
As long as
Okay, I make a
the
motion.
meeting is being live streamed.
okay.
We-
Okay.
I make a motion that the precinct 1, 2, and 3 move forward and work together as a road system. If we can save, if we can get it for half of what it would be for going out for seal bids, I'm all for it. Taxpayers' dollars.
You have a motion, do I have a second? I have a motion and I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion
I
carries.
support that. They can do on their own. Support that.
Understand completely. Okay. Agenda item number 9, discuss, consider, and take action for Jim Wells County Precinct 4, Huicho Gonzalez to purchase a 2003 S4 John Deere Gator XUV 855M to be paid by ARPA funds.
Judge, this is another piece of equipment you just purchased to be able to work on these roads. When we're tearing up the roads, instead of using the vehicles, we use the gators, and then we also use it to spray all the stop signs and stuff like that. We have a sprayer that we go drive around, so that's what we're gonna use it for.
motion.
I make a motion.
A second.
I have a motion and I have a second. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 10, discuss, consider, and take action to appoint a representative of the Commissioners Court to serve on the Jim Wells County Court Security Committee. I understand, Mr. Guerra, that we need to what's it called?
The table, Judge.
We need to table this item
Yes.
for.
Yeah, we just, we need some more information right now. Just to find out where we're at, which probably will entail meeting with the safety officer and possibly loss control, and see if we can address it that way. There may not be a need for the committee.
Motion to approve item number 10, Judge.
No, yeah, we're asking that it be tabled.
Okay.
I make a motion to table.
I have a motion to the table by Mr. Gonzalez.
A second.
And I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Table. Agenda item number 11, certification of funds by county auditor for road and bridge fund number 23, loans proceeds in the proceeds in the amount of $115,964.65 certified funds in Fund 23 to be used for equipment.
Commissioners Court, pursuant to local government code 111.0108, I hereby certify that Jim Wells County has received $115,964.65 in the Road and Bridge Fund for Precinct 3, Fund 23, and this is from loan proceeds and they are for expenditures. These funds in 23 are for expenditures to be incurred by the Road and Bridge number 3, and that such proceeds are available for appropriate expenditures. This certification allows for addition of these funds to the 2023 budget as an amendment. Since these expenditures will be funded and paid from Road and Bridge number 3, Fund 23, I hereby request the following budget amendment to the 2023 Jim Wells County budget. Road and Bridge number 3, loan proceeds. The account is 23,000,380.00 of $115,964.65, and the expenditure is under equipment. 23,623,573.00 for $115,964.65. Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 12, certification of funds by county auditor for Road and Bridge Fund 24, loan proceeds in the amount of $128,342.62 certified funds in Fund 24 to be used for equipment.
Commissioners Court, pursuant to local government code 111.0108, I hereby certify that Jim Wells County has received $128,342.62 in the Road and Bridge Fund for Precinct 4, Fund 24, and these are from loan proceeds for expenditures. These funds in 24 are for expenditures to be incurred by that particular Road and Bridge 4, and that such proceeds are available for appropriate expenditures. This certification allows of the addition of these funds to the 2023 budget as an amendment. Since the expenditures will be funded and paid for by Road and Bridge 4, Fund 24, I hereby request the following budget amendment to the 2023 Jim Wells County budget. Road and Bridge number 4, loan proceeds 24,000,380.00 for $128,342.62, and the expenditure is equipment. It's 24,624,573.00 for $128,342.62. Thank you all.
Motion to approve item number 12 is presented, Judge.
Second.
I have a motion to approve agenda item number 12 as stated. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 13, discuss, consider, and take action to approve county treasurer's report and other monthly reports.
Judge, I just wanted to say something about the treasurer's report, something that you noticed, and I just want for everybody, in case they notice it, to understand.
Sure.
Usually our disbursements are like 1.5 million. You'll see the disbursements for May were over 4.6 million. And the thing is that, remember, we did the investments, so 3 million were taken out of this fund and put into an investment. And that's what the disbursement is so high. I just want to make that clear in case it comes up. Thank you all.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second to approve the county treasurer's report and monthly reports. Is there any further discussion needed? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 14, discuss, consider, and take action to approve auditor's monthly report.
Commissioners Court, the first report I'm going to go over is the sales tax report for May 31st, 2023. The budget for 2023 for sales tax for Jim Wells County is $3,050,461. At this point, we have received 51.97%, or $1,585,355.22. Our sales tax has been doing it all year, and I hope it just continues. At this point last year, we had received a total 1,585,355.22. At that time, in 2022, we had received 1,281,955.11, or we have a difference from this year to last year. At this point, we have collected 303,411 more, or a percentage rate change of 23.67. So sales tax are doing good.
Very awesome.
The next is the auditor's monthly report for May. Our revenues, total revenues, we have collected 84% at this point. The expenditures, we really should be at 42%. All the different departments are listed. If you all are over it, we can discuss it, see what's going on. A lot of them are over, and I know more or less why that department is over there. The general fund, it is at 39% expenditure. Overall, the whole county is at 40. We should be at 42, so we have a positive variance of 2%. Thank you all.
Oh, did
Thank you, Noe.
we usually have a variance for the general fund?
We have it for the whole, well, if you want to, it should be at 42.
It should be at 42 and we're at 39?
Yes.
So we have a
But
3%.
the other one is a combination of the whole county. But you can see the percentage for the general fund is 39.
39, and we should be at 42% expenditure. So we have a 3%
On the general fund, yes.
on the general. fund.
Overall, it's 2.
Right, overall it's 2, but the general fund is.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. Further discussion on the sales tax. We're up 303, but we also calculated more sales tax on this budget, right? So we're not ahead 303. We're probably ahead 50,000, somewhere around there, correct? No, we're ahead. No, but on the budget for,
We were still conservative.
The amount we're ahead is actual dollars, and the budget is. So like dollar wise, we're still in the actual,
no, we're ahead definitely dollar wise, but
but we projected a little bit more.
we projected a little bit more on this general fund. So what we projected and this, when you take the projection and you subtract it from this, that's the actual dollar amount that we're ahead, right? Okay, all right. I just want to make sure because it's even. Okay, I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 15, discuss, consider, and take action on payroll and bills as submitted by county auditors with the exception of Fund 51, 52, 53, and 54.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and I have a second. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Agenda item number 16. Entertain a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion. I think we want to stay here longer. I think we like it. We like Commissioners Court.
I'll second it.
I have a motion and I have a second. Right before we adjourn, I want to bring up something to the, I know we can't discuss it because we'll go back to public comment, but, throughout like we had events yesterday, which was a great event. The EDC meeting, we always talk about good things that that organizations are doing, but nobody really knows about it because you don't put it out there. You know, I know that our departments here at the courthouse and all the departments in the county, I know we're doing good things. And I know that, I know it because I see them and I'm a part of them. But a lot of people out there don't see them. So I think that Commissioners Court would agree with me. I would like to, if any of our departments out there have good things that they're doing, you know, the sheriff comes and says good things when he's doing good things. I would love for all of our departments, not at the same time, but maybe one at a time, we can coordinate with my office to come to Commissioners Court, let the public know the good things that you're doing, or if there's an announcement that needs to be done, anything like that. So I invite all our departments to come spread the good news of Jim Wells County or announcements that need to be said. Thank you all very much. And I thank everybody out there, all our departments for doing the good things and working very hard for our county.
Judge, are we a lot closer to getting that generator going?
Okay,
Just an update on that.
if I can not answer anybody's question on that because we're in public comment and
That was a question, though.
Yeah, that was a question. Can I make a comment?
yes, ma'am.
We witnessed it, blowing outside our window, we looked around outside the window, and it was very exciting to see that 18-wheeler back up, that crane. We enjoyed the noise that they were making because that's much of the but it was for good things. It was for good things. So it's ready. It's not, I don't know if it's plugged in or not, but it's huge.
We're getting there.
So,
Thank you, Norm.
I'll give you a little
Can
update.
you say your name, please, for the clerk?
Lance Brown, do public testimony. We are moving forward. This is something that started, it was a long time coming. Man, super excited with the way that everything's turning out, the color that matches the courthouse. Right now, as we speak, I've been on my phone a little bit, but right now we're unloading 400 gallons of diesel in there. We're gonna do a function test on it here in just a little bit, so there'll be a little bit of noise. And we're gonna do a 14-hour function test this weekend on it. So, you know, as you know, that hurricane season's coming back, so instead of us all huddling together at the jailhouse and being crammed, this will be our new EOC. We have a kitchen and plenty of room and stuff here. And Clayburg, they've been having rolling blackouts throughout the county and throughout the state. And so we've kind of been helping out Clayburg with some of their stuff. So the good thing is we'll be up and running, so we won't be taking any days off this next.
Thank you. I just wanted everybody to know that.
It's a huge blessing for us.
Thank you.
And we will probably have it on the agenda. Next Commissioners Court will probably have, maybe bring the chamber and do a ribbon cutting on it. I think it deserves it. So that being said, I have a motion, I have a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you all very much.
Every-